What's up, guys? It's the next day now. It's early morning. I came back to my booth just to check up on the project. I mean, the paint's pretty much dry. It was dry yesterday, but it was one of those things. I didn't want to mess with it. So I ended up placing it in this container that I have. I put it upside down so it's a lot more easier to store. It was a little chilly last night, and even right now this morning, I'm getting ready to go to work, and before I take off, I'm gonna have to take this model with me back home. Um, so let's go ahead and let me show you guys this container here. I purchased this over at Target. I believe it's about I want to say maybe like $5-7 are on there. It also has like this like a foam like sealer around the whole thing. And normally I use this to store my paints. As you can see up here, like this one here, I have my House of Color clears, inner coats. Here's the brand, and so this is the one I got right there. And I use a lot of these different ones to store various things. I just don't want my stuff getting dirty or messed up. Just because there's some periods where I'm not painting for a while. Go. But anyway, let's open this up. Let's take a look at the model. Let's see what we ended up with. So I'm gonna just lift this up, put this down. All right. So as you can see, it's on this Tamiya stand, my trusty little stand. I have maybe a few of these. Recommend to pick them up. They sell them over at Hobby Lobby. So as you can see, this is what I ended up with, and I'll get some more shots later because it's the early morning and under this light I feel like it doesn't really show the true color. There we go. So pretty much what we have here is white pearl with some green candy mixed together. That's how I mentioned on the previous video. But from looking at this too, there are some parts where I should have sanded a little more to correct. But it's all right. I'm not beating myself up over it. I mean, normally I do for these things, but I figured, you know what? I just want to do this curbside, a quick build and not stress over it. But if you can see, I shaved the door handles, but they're shaved, but check this out. When you angle it, you can still see where it was before, like kind of like a little bump, sort of like it's there and then not there. It's weird. So you can still see that. Let's look at the other side. You can probably see this one. There we go. Kind of right there. You see it right there? That right there. I should have sanded that a little more smoother. I mean, it's smooth, but still, it's there. And then in the back in the tailgate, it's smooth, but then as you tilt it, there's like a line at the bottom, and I don't know if I'm overthinking it, but it's all good. I ain't even tripping on it. The result was just to prep this body, get it painted, give you guys an idea of how I go about with just using Tamiya surface primer and then also House of Color paint. I know a lot of people always have questions about House of Color. These are the the airbrushes that I use for my WADA. I started off with the M1, and then throughout the process, I noticed I kept having to refill this small little cup over and over and over. So I just switched it up, and I went to my trusty HPCS, which has a larger cup, poured more paint, and then at the same time, I was able to spray these inside areas where I didn't really want to be blasting it crazy with the single action. So I had to control it a little more when I was spraying right in there. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I'm not gonna mess with this. I'm gonna let this settle for like maybe a couple more days before I start touching it or anything. I'm just gonna put it away. So I'm just gonna let this thing gas out, chill. After that, I'm pretty much the next thing I'm going to do is clear coat this thing. I'm going to clear coat this car. Once it's clear coated, I'm going to color sand it. And then from there, depending how I'm feeling, if I feel like adding any graphics, I might add some graphics over that. But if not, I might just leave it like this, you know. This is the bottom piece. I hit this with some Tamiya matte black, which is the TS6. It's right in here. It's already tucked away. But yeah, this was a quick one, just a quick spray. I didn't even put primer on it. I kind of didn't really even care because it's like no one's gonna see that, and I mean, if it scratches off or whatever, you know, it's all right. I mean, I'm not tripping. So, so this is the bottom piece. As far as the interior, that's gonna be the next phase. So I've already sanded it. Later, I'm gonna primer it up. I'm running low on primer, so I need to get another bottle of surface primer, spray that up, and then get that all painted up as well. So I always tend to leave the interiors to the end to see what to go with, what to match. You know, back in the day, I used to do it the opposite. I would be doing all the engine, interior, bottom, and then the body, but I want to do it. I've been doing it, a habit of doing it the other way around. And this is the color right here. Let's shake it up, check it out. It's her hobbies. So as you can see, this was the BBC 44 Snow White. So if you guys want to try this out, you can order it from Coast Airbrush. Just get that pearl white, and then from there get your hands on some green candy. I put about I added some drops, probably about 10 drops on here, and then just stirred it up, shook it up, got it all nice and prepped, and just started shooting the car. You know, I don't even know what to even say, how many coats I threw on this thing. It was I was just kind of doing the passes, giving it the coverage that I wanted, pretty much. But it's really forgiving. So I mean, even if you blast it, it's not gonna, I don't know. Like you're not that I don't know, but you're not gonna freak out. You know, it's not gonna be like, oh man, and there's no dripping or nothing. You know, this is the beauty of House of Color urethane paint right here. So clear coats, what's next? Right after that, when I get that, you know, that process going, I'll have another video, another update for you guys, and then you guys will see the end result. All right, thank you.